Now once you've tried this on your first night and it all feels a bit strange and unusual, and I think it's very important that you get permission from your partner that you can do this. Don't make this a secret thing, but make it a wee bit sacred. So I think it's really important that you don't say to your partner or anyone else what this dream that you've had is. You should really contain it during that week until you see someone like me that you can feel you can talk to and you can get some ideas what is going on to rev up your process, to keep the process going. You can do this on your own though, maybe less powerfully, but you can do it on your own if you do it for at least 28 days solid. If you miss a day, add it on, so it might end up 35 days before you actually complete the full 28 days of doing this. Because there's a sort of general agreement over around about 28 days, you can create a new routine or habit or pattern in your behaviour which will stay with you. Because it's really important that you use what I call the wedge practice. Make sure you do it every night for at least 28 days, and after that you might miss a few days and it will then become more automatic. You don't have to consciously attempt to do this process, but 28 days is a good starting place.
Bruce, how do people report that it feels once they've got into this habit, once they've worked through those triangular parts? How does it feel? Especially the spiritual side of it?
Right. I guess what I find is that the first thing that happens is a physical state, being much more relaxed and much more in touch with themselves. So that while they're doing their physiological and aerobics and stuff like that, what they are also doing is getting rid of all the tension spots in the body. Because one of the things you have to do with your physical is go and get a good body massage, and you have to get in touch with your body with that as well. So the first thing is they're starting to get in touch with the body and feel relaxed. The next thing that they talk about is that I find now when I have confrontation or conflict with people in the workplace that I'm not so immediately impacted by them. I don't get sweaty palms or swollen gut or headaches and things like that. They start to be able to see, especially in here, between themselves and others, is what I call a detachment. They start to become emotionally detached from the impacts that get to them. So
does that include positive and negative impacts?
Absolutely, yeah, because we can easily not recognise positives, probably more so than many ways than we are impacted by the negatives, because the negatives go straight to the gut or to the head or to the throat or the heart or the wherever. And sometimes the positives, if they're powerful, can be quite subtle. And we're that busy bound up with so busy bound up being protecting, using what I call survival mechanisms, or Freud would call defense mechanisms, so busy hanging on to ourselves that we're not aware that someone's actually giving us really powerful positive information, feedback, rewards for what you've done. And the other thing about the awareness gap, besides the detachment, you get clarity about the communication that's coming at you, because we're all aware that words are only a small part of communication, though often we're not aware of the power of the tone of the voice or the body language. But our body reads it, whether we're aware of it or not. So this process helps you to become aware of it, and you can say to that person, using neutral language, yesterday when you mentioned to me that you were really happy with that piece of work I did, I just want to check in with you. Is that authentic, sincere information you're giving me? Because I felt really good about it. Yes, it is. And they may say it now in a more relaxed way, whereas yesterday they were struggling with trying to give out positives. Who knows? That's their business. But how you work with it is your business. How you impact it, how you process it, and how you can then say to them, thank you very much for that information. I felt really good about it, and I was able to share it with my family, and that provided a good positive feeling within the home. So thank you for that.